Hey everybody, I'm Monty, and Channel 5 is reporting that 16 is the average number of Christmas presents a child in the UK receives. 16 is the average. 16, I said. That's the average a child gets in the UK. So, hey, my American friends, kids in America, y'all might want to jump across the pond. That's a lot for average. That means some getting more than that. That's a lot of toys for Christmas, man. I guess they doing pretty good in the UK. All right, day 4 of the 12 days of podcasting. Back once again, guys. We have a Christmas related show today. All right, you see, I've got on my Christmas sweater. Not a great year for us, but still, we're in the spirit of Christmas. We'll get them next year, guys. So anyway, I wanted to talk about we haven't really done anything about the Christmas cinema scene. Christmas is a great time to watch movies. The Hallmark Channel cannot help themselves. They are just churning out gazebos and businessmen coming back home to the hometown to run into the high school sweetheart. I mean, I think there's a game where you can like line up all of these little tropes that they have for these movies and just match them up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like businessman or businesswoman. The love of their life works still in the town at a hardware store or a floral shop. You know, you can just line it up because that's basically it. I mean, that Christmas industrial complex is strong. Hallmark Channel, Lifetime, they just doing a thing. They can't print them enough. I'll tell you what, man. If you want to be an actor, not that it's easy, but there is work. There's more work for actors now than there's ever been with Netflix and all these series and this Christmas. If you can't get on the Christmas industrial complex, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, so those are not really my movies. And I'm not going to list the top 5. I'm not going to do that because y'all already know the number one movie, Christmas movie, is Die Hard. So there's no reason to even really to get into that. Y'all already know that. There's some other decent movies. And I'm not going to get into an argument about what is a Christmas movie. Don't. Okay, it's Die Hard. I don't want to get into it. But I do want to talk about one popular Christmas movie. Now, it's silly that some people say this. They question if this is a Christmas movie. Home Alone is a Christmas movie. Stop playing. Stop playing out here. Everybody knows that Home Alone is a Christmas movie. Home Alone is huge. Let me quickly bring up some statistics real quick. Home Alone, of course, it made Macauly Caulkin, the little kid, little Kevin McAllister, became a household name. Directed by Chris Columbus was the director. It's got, I mean, I can't even believe this movie came out in 1990. That's hard for me to even wrap my head around. Written by the great John Hughes. Joe Pesci is in it. Daniel Stern, John Hurt, Catherine O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara is the mom, Kevin, like that. It's just got such a great scene. He's putting the aftershave on. Hi, burn. It is, the movie's great. The Wet Bandits. This movie had a budget of $18 million and made $476 million in the box office. And that's back then. If you put them numbers to today, that's probably at least double that. Everybody watched this movie. They still watch it today, but I'm talking about when it came on the scene, like, if you hadn't seen Home Alone, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, it was family movie, kids, adults, everybody rocked with the movie. So basically, and if you don't know, I'll quickly recap for you, I guess. There's a big family. They're about to go on a trip for Christmas. And the little boy, like the youngest in the family, gets left behind. And they go on a trip. So what happened was, again, before cell phones and all that, like there was a power outage. So they all woke up late. And there's extended family in the house too. They woke up late. They're supposed to be taking a trip like to France or wherever. And so they get up and they're like, oh, we're running late. So that's why everybody's rushing. And before that, the little boy, he got in trouble because he was acting up. And he got sent to like upstairs in the attic, go sleep in the attic. So he wasn't in his bed. So then they're trying to rush and get everybody up, and they forget he's in the attic. They kind of do a counting everybody. It's like 25 people in the house. They miscount. They get there, and so on the plane, the mother and the father are like, "Oh my God, we barely made it." Okay, and the mom's like, "Man, I feels like somebody's like we left something. Like, did we turn the stove off, the lights off?" He's like, "Yeah, everything." Then they realize they left the little boy. At the same time, the wet bandits, these two criminals, are casing the house. They're looking to rob somebody on Christmas time. They case this place out. They figure out everybody's gone, on a trip. So it's a sitting duck. They can get the house. They don't know the little boy's still there. And so the little boy wakes up and realizes he's by himself. Oh man, I'm by my. And the thing is, he wished his family to go away. He was mad at him. He's like, I wish all of y'all would just go away. His Uncle Frank was really mean to him. Everybody, his brother was mean to him. And so he wakes up, he's got a house to himself. And at first it's fun. He's just running around, enjoying himself. I just need to look up how old Macauly Caulkin was at the time. He's like 7 years old, having a great time. And then he's kind of sad that his family's gone and he misses them. Now, of course, his mother's losing her mind trying to get back to the boy, which is crazy because it's really just his mother trying to get back to him. Everybody else is like, oh, dang, that's messed up. But the criminals are trying to break in, and he's fighting them off, and there's all these hijinks ensue, and, keep the change, and filthy animal, and Joe Pesci's great in this. Mom finally, and there's some old guy that's in town who's really scary at the time, but he's actually looking out for the boy. And the mom finally gets back and reunites with the son, and everything's okay. There, Home Alone. That took way too long. All right, so, and it was great. It's a great movie because a premise like that. It's a brilliant premise. You hadn't really seen something like that. Like, oh my God, they left the kid at home. But see, back then, we did get left, y'all. We would get left. You know what I'm saying? You would get forgotten sometime. Latchkey kids. Or you wouldn't even get left. Your parents wouldn't pick you up for a while. Or you just would be at home alone. You know what I'm saying? Like you would walk, like me and my sister would come home, because sometimes my mother would work jobs. And we would be just by ourselves from 2:30 till 5:30 when they got home. Just 3 hours by yourself. And we were young, but that's how it was back then. Now helicopter parenting and things like that. These kids can't be by themselves more than 5, 6. Wasn't no monitors. Wasn't no Simply Safe looking through the door to see the ring cam, whatever. Ain't wasn't no ring cams, baby. Wasn't no ring cams. We was just living. Walked from the bus, walked all the way back home. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. So this was right up our alley. Of course, nowadays that mother would be facing criminal charges. The family would be arrested and all that stuff. I'm going to get to that. So that was Home Alone. It was a big time thing. People still watch it. Still in rotation. I haven't watched it in a while. And then, of course, they made more movies. Home Alone 2, because he got lost again. But then he got lost in New York. He got lost in New York. And somehow they were somewhere else in his hotel. So, but I want to get to them. There's actually some conspiracy theories because it's such a popular movie. It's such a fascinating watch. There's a few conspiracy theories, and I'll read a couple because there's a thought that if you watch what happens in the movie, people got enough time on their hands. They feel like, John Candy is in it. This is a great actor, comedy actor, John Candy, the big guy. He helps get the mother home, and they're like, oh, well, she made a deal with the devil. John Candy is the devil because she said, I would do anything to get home. Sell myself to the. And so like, oh, well, John Candy's the devil. He's not the devil. He's just a nice guy that helps get the mom home. Now, some people, this is a strong one because his Uncle Frank is an old guy in the house that really don't like the kid. And he's kind of a jealous, old, hating uncle who ain't really did nothing with his life. Now, there are some people that believe Uncle Frank hired the wet bandits. They think, now I can rock with this one. Uncle Frank was freeloading, no good. You know what I'm saying? Just old. Everybody got some in their family just mean about everything. They think maybe Uncle Frank hired the wet bandits to hit the house, and then they was going to split the profits when he got back. I can rock with that one. Uncle Frank really wasn't good peoples. If you watch the movie, you remember him back, he was really, his brother Buzz was mean too, but Buzz didn't have a pull to do something like this. But Uncle Frank and the Wet Bandits, I could believe that one. I could. That's actually kind of, you know, plausible. Now we get into some weird ones too, where some people think the old guy that Kevin is scared of at first, but then he talks to in the church and all that stuff. Some people think that's actually Kevin as an old man who was like, you know, on some Charles Dickens, you know, Christmas story thing, you know, Ghost of Christmas, past, present, all that. He's back to guide young Kevin and help him out. I don't believe that. That's crazy. Some people think it's a whole Sixth Sense thing with Kevin. Like Kevin's actually not even real. You know, he died a long time ago, a little kid. He's not. He's just a ghost. You know, all that. I don't believe about that. But I do believe one, and I truly believe this. Kevin's father was a criminal mastermind. 1,000%. 1,000%. Kevin's father was into some dirt. Okay? Look at that house. That house is a mansion. Okay? Like, his dad is Peter McAllister. He is a mobster. Okay? This is like a 4,000 square foot house that they're in. Okay? And he's got enough money that he's flying not just the immediate family, but the extended family to Paris on his dime. Stop playing, fam. Okay? The Wet Bandits is really part of a rival syndicate trying to hit this dude back. But there's no way that his daddy ain't in some dirt. You ain't never gonna get me. Once I heard that theory, I was like, yup, that makes sense. And let me tell you why as well. There's one other thing. The police come, and when they talk, they come and they talk to Kevin's dad. Because Joe Pesci is disguised as a police officer first, and he knocks on the door because he's trying to case it out. He's one of the Wet Bandits. And when Kevin's dad opens the door, Kevin's dad says, "Am I under arrest?" What you mean is you under arrest for? What you been doing, Mr. McAllister? What you into? Why would you be? What would that be your first thing to say to the police? Usually you'd be like, "Hey, is there a problem, officer? Hey, how can I do you? Do you need some help?" You know, why would you ask, "Am I under arrest?" Kevin McAllister's dad was probably running Colombian Bam Bam through the whole city. That's what it was. You don't get a house like that and got money to fly everybody to Paris. Paris, even Uncle Frank, you flying Uncle Frank and nobody likes to Paris. Stop playing here. Stop playing. Okay? Go back and look at that house. Okay? Look at everything that they got in there. Plus, little Kevin, at one time, when the pizza guy comes, he plays a mobster movie. He's obviously been indoctrinated into the life. You know the whole keep the change, you filthy animal, and he shows the guy, he's shooting up. Come on now. Where the boy pick that up from? Kevin McAllister's dad was a mob boss. You know, he probably said he was in sanitation. These was the original Sopranos. Okay, this was the Tony Soprano of that time. I think this is supposed to be Chicago, like all these John Hughes movies in Chicago. Listen, I remember. My mother's from Gary. I spent time in that area. It's serious. It's gangsters out there. You ain't got no 4,200 square foot house flying everybody to Paris and you an insurance salesman. Stop playing. Well, come on now. On your dime, stop playing. Plus, what they order? They ordered like 40 pizzas at the house the night before. They already, and the people on Reddit, they divided up. Even if everybody had 4 slices, that's another theory too. They feel like they left him on purpose, okay, because his dad was going to have him in special ops training. It's like, that's why they ordered so much extra pizza. Could be. I just know this. Mr. McAllister was into some dirt, okay? I don't know if Mrs. McAllister knew exactly what it was. I don't know. Maybe she did, but yeah. And them Wet Bandits, it was a whole bigger plot, okay? Y'all know me. I will hear out a good conspiracy anytime, any day. And now something ain't right. Something ain't right with old Cali Cal. Okay? Yeah, something ain't right. What's your first? Am I under arrest? I don't know. Should you be? Did you just flush a whole kilo down the toilet before we came here, sir? What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know, but it's good. It's go back and watch. I just want y'all to look at that house. Remember, everybody just thought it was such a great house. Look at that house. And you flying there to Paris? We ain't going to Cedar Point driving 5. This is not, this is not Clark Griswold. This is not the National Lampoon family, okay? That was just them 4. It was just 4 of them. Okay, this is not that. This is a whole, remember that? Remember how mad Clark Griswold was because he didn't get that bonus because he thought he was going to be able to finally get a pool? See, he was on struggle mode. This ain't struggle mode. This is something else. This is something else. I don't know. But, yeah. So, go ahead, man. Check back out Home Alone again. If you got a free moment. A good Christmas movie, not the best Christmas movie. I already told you what that is. A decent one. What else do y'all watch though? What's on the Christmas list? Cause see, I watch Die Hard every Christmas. But what's on the Christmas list that you watch? National Lampoon. That's another good Christmas movie as well. Cousin Eddie. That's a good one. There's a couple other ones I'm probably running blank. I'm not really a Miracle on 34th Street person. Yes, it don't really do much for me. But yeah, let me know what's on your Christmas list for watching. What do you like to watch? But that's the show, guys. Just letting you know, there's some liminal stuff in some of these movies. Sometimes you gotta watch. Although again, that house ain't that subliminal. Look at it and see. Going all the way to Paris, but that is a show. We got a couple more going, y'all. I told y'all every day you getting shows. The 12 days of podcasting has been great. We've been able to talk about. Not everything is Christmas related. We had some serious shows as well, but yeah. Got a couple more to go, a couple more guests to show up too as well. But you guys, I want you to do this in the interim. Check out Mr. Macauly's business. Be blessed and stay sharp.